And right here on The Jump, it's crunch time, friends. Speaking of friends, Kendrick Perkins, he's a friend to us all. He called Ben Simmons a next-level defender. Would you agree, Vince? Is Simmons at the top of your all-defense list right now, or at least near it?
I think he is now committed to it. He could be a two-way player. And, we think of two-way player guys who shoot the ball and can defend, but he affects the game in different ways with his triple-double and his passing, and he is committed defensively. And I've heard him say and say from his own mouth that he's very capable. He thinks he's the best defender in the league. Imagine 6'9", able to stay in front of little guards with his length.
Yep.
That brings a lot to the table.
I love how much he's bought into defense. He was on my first team all defense last season. He's a defensive player of the year candidate now. There are times at the end of games where he dials in with such intensity that he's like Deion Sanders. You can't even pass the ball to his guy or he's going to intercept it and run it back for a touchdown. It's crazy how good he is on defense.
I think as good as he is and as recognized as he's been, it's actually still an underrated part of his game. There has been so much energy, inches and inches of articles written on the fit between him and Joel offensively. So much time spent on how he shoots, where he shoots, how far out he can shoot from. The fact that he is elite on that side of the ball is something I think we should be paying more attention to. It seems like Doc Rivers is certainly showcasing that right now. All right, guys, it's time for League Pass game of the night. 11 games on the NBA slate tonight. Our producers picked a good one. Bucks versus Jazz. The Bucks second place out east. The Jazz first in the West. Zach, which team more likely to earn a #1 seed if you had to pick those two?
Hey, it could be both. Apparently, I'm allowed to pick both or neither.
Yes.
But if I have to pick one, I'll pick the Bucks. I'll pick the Bucks just because the East is a little weaker at the top than the West. The West, the Jazz are atop the West right now, but you got those two LA teams. You're one slump away from being third in the West. So I'll go with the Bucks. Leaping over Philly and getting the #1 seed is a little bit more likely, but both teams are playing off the charts awesome.
Yeah, I looked at the Jazz, and the Jazz are playing lights out. But I agree. The Bucks, they're a game and a half out. They have the capability. They've been in that position before, being the #1 seed, particularly coming out of the East. So look for the Bucks, and I don't mean the Tampa Bay Bucks, by the way.
I never thought, by the way, this sentence would come out of my mouth. Vince Carter, you're a bad influence. But Vince Carter, you're a bad influence on Zach. He thinks he can just say neither now all the time.
No.
He can just say whatever he wants. Zach, do you see either of these two teams making moves before the deadline? They both feel like they're really kind of functioning on all cylinders right now.
Maybe something fringy, but they've both traded, particularly Milwaukee's traded all the picks they could trade. Utah traded picks to get Conley, so there's just not much wiggle room left for them to do. I'm sure they'll try and do something, but particularly if I'm Utah, I'm almost afraid to introduce anything. We're playing so well, I want to keep it just the way it is.
Yeah, I feel like the Jazz they're leaning on their continuity. It is helping them so much right now, especially in such a discombobulated season. They are a lot of fun to watch. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.